What's up, guys? This is Cooper MTG back with now our favorite artifacts and lands mythic rares that we have, and also we will cover three, 2 red and 1 blue mythics that we actually just got today and I forgot about, and we will cover those as well. So to start us off, here's William.
Well, for starters, there is no such thing as a good mythic rare land that I have heard of.
That we have.
Yeah. Oh boy, Maze's End. Okay, anyways, starting off, we have our Dark Steel Forge.
I believe it says artifacts you control are indestructible.
And that is pretty crappy, because it's 9 mana.
Yeah, but I can see if you're playing an artifact deck, that would be really useful, because
Mirrodin.
they're really cheap green spells to just eliminate artifacts.
And then you gain 3 life, naturalize. Oh no, it's not naturalize, it's something else. Something like that. Anyways, Nature's Penelope, or whatever it was, I could never pronounce it correctly. Grimoire of the Dead.
Grimoire of the Dead, I really like this card. Pay 1 and tap it. Discard a card, put a study counter on Grimoire of the Dead, and then you tap it to remove 3 study counters from it, and sacrifice it. Return all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control for black zombies in addition to other colors and types. In my opinion, that's like way better than like the something of the Dark Realms or whatever.
Right, so the Dark
Yeah.
Realms. Yep. I mean, it is, but how much? One. Okay, you're right. You and I'm not arguing for.
It costs 4 mana to get out and turn 7.
It turns 7. You wouldn't be able to cast that until turn 9. Anyways. Yeah, we're moving on. Ring of 3 Wishes. We got this one pretty recently.
Excuse me. Also a pretty garbage card, personally. It enters battlefield with 3 wish counters on it. You can pay 5 and tap it to remove a wish counter and search your library for a card, and put that card into your hand. Then you shuffle your library. I think it would have been much nicer if it was put it onto the battlefield instead of put it into your hand.
Yeah, definitely. You put it onto the battlefield.
5 mana to just get a card and put it into your hand. It's just not really worth it.
Well, it depends. I mean, because there was the card we were talking about earlier. You get 4 of them on the battlefield. If you had that card and you had one in your hand, you would have all 4 of them, and you'd be able to play them all, and you'd win.
Yeah, they're cheaper go-get cards. I feel.
There might be. We wouldn't know. And here one is. This is actually one of my favorite artifacts. Sword of Body and Mind.
Unfortunately, it's one of the lesser swords. And
It is.
Yeah, Feast and Famine, I think, is the best.
What's it like?
It's like $150 plus or something. Maybe it's around there.
Why would you say fortunately?
I said unfortunately.
Oh.
It says
I'm
equipped
deaf.
creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from green and from blue. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token on the battlefield, and that player puts the top 10 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, which is pretty good. I mean, you get creatures and you just destroy
Piss them
their
off.
deck. Like 10 cards, that's like 6 turns.
And the cool thing about this is that it was kind of like a green and blue thing, but then if you read it, it gets protection from green and blue. So you don't have to put this in a green or blue deck. This can be anti-green and blue. And then here it is. I think
This is honestly the greatest mythic that we own.
Yep, totally.
A foil Maze's End. You'll not believe the disappointment when I saw we had a foil mythic and it was Maze's End.
No. What happened was we got the Maze's End, and then our rare was actually the Maze's End.
Probably.
That's what
It
happened.
enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it to add 1 colorless to your mana pool. 3 and tap it to return it to its owner's hand. Search your library for a gate card. Put it on the battlefield tab. If you own 10 games with different names, you win the game.
There aren't Oh my god.
There are 10
Oh
gates.
my.
Because there are 10 guilds, but that's
You
like...
would have to base your entire deck off this
Yeah.
one card.
I guess there are people who would be doing that, but no. It's just
Why
not fun.
don't you just put the ring of four ring of three wishes in there? You know, hi, I can get all my guns.
Yeah.
You know, I finally get my mages and out. Now I'll do it. All right, now we're moving on. You didn't see any of these. All right, here's some of the ones we skipped here. We had another Shadowborn
Oh,
demon.
we actually had 4. 5.
All right, so Enter
We
the
already-
Infinite.
Yeah, we already showed Shadowborn Demon, though. Here's Enter the Infinite from Gate Crash. Focus. Okay. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your library. Then put a card from your hand on top of your library. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn.
You know what card would be great with that? That land where you have no maximum hand size.
Or Laboratory Maniac, I think, where if you were to draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. But I guess basically this is like a one shot to win, because it's 12 mana, so you're really like set up.
If you actually get this out, then you're probably like, oh
I mean,
man.
You've got 12 mana, so you've got options.
Yeah.
But I don't really like it.
If I had 12 mana, this would not be one of the options I chose. I'm sorry. Just, you can do better. You can do better. And then here we have Scourge of the Thrones.
Scourge of the Throne.
That is
A lot of text here.
really like that card.
There's flying and dethrone, and basically dethrone is whenever it attacks the player with the highest or tied for the highest life total, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. And it says whenever Scourge of the Throne attacks the player with the highest life total or tied for the highest life total, untap all attacking creatures. After this, there's an additional combat step. So that's really good. So you get like 2 +1/+1 counters on him and get to attack twice. Which easily, like, if he had haste, this card would be insane. But it does not have haste. If it had haste,
Again,
definitely.
the flying booty things.
Yeah.
Flying booty.
5/5 for 6 mana. Pretty good. Good card.
Have you ever had booty? It's actually really good. Pirate's booty. I just got that look and I was like, oh, that came out wrong. Sorry, I'm talking about pirate's booty, like the popcorn snack. It's delicious.
Here's one that we did pick up
Like-
really recently today.
Like, this morning.
No, it was actually this afternoon.
Oh, yeah? Yep.
This is Sage of Hours. 2 mana for a 1/1 with Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Remove all +1/+1 counters on him. For each 5 +1/+1 counters removed, take an additional turn.
Now, I will say, I like Ralzeric more. Ralzeric, you flip a coin 5 times, and for every time it's like a heads or something, you take an additional turn. So really, you're bound to get at least one extra turn.
Yeah, well, I think if you proliferate with this guy, definitely it would be kind of ridiculous. Because if you don't know, proliferating, that means you double the number of counters on a target, any number of target creatures or players. So
Players?
really, I think it's players. Maybe it's just creatures.
How
Maybe
could
it's
you-
just one target.
How could players have +1/+?
Poison counters.
Whatever.
Pretty good card. I mean, you'd have to really boost it up to take a lot of turns.
And here it is, Godsend.
Also, just pulled this today.
I think it was,
Oh, what the heck?
what is it?
Corners. It's not good.
Corner. It's only one corner and it got all messed up. How'd that happen? Okay.
It's an enchantment, legendary artifact equipment. For 1 colorless, 2 white. Equipped creature gets +3/+3. Whenever equipped creature blocks or becomes blocked by one or more creatures, You may exile one of those creatures. Bless you.
Me. Jinx.
You may exile one of those creatures. Opponents can't cast cards with the same name as cards exiled with Godsend.
I like it.
Even if you're not even exiling gods, that's pretty good.
I have the sniffles, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you look really funny.
Thanks.
So yeah, really, really cool card. No, I'm kind of disappointed it got scuffed up a little bit already.
Can't
Haven't even played with it. But anyway, guys, that brings us to the end of our
Artifacts,
lands,
two-part end. We're
artifacts,
having a two-part
lands,
ending.
and extra stuff that we missed. Unfortunately, we just looked through and we have so many multicolored cards that we're gonna have to split the multicolored section into 2 parts. As always, this was Cooper MTG, and thanks for watching.
Peace out.